So hey everyone, in this video we are going to learn the file based routing in Next.js. Okay, so we are also going to discuss the file structure that Next.js supports as far as routing is concerned. So earlier on during the traditional React, we used to use a library called React Router DOM, where we used to define routes for certain components within our React application. However, within the Next.js application, we do not need any kind of library like that. So it is based on the routing system that you implement within this app directory within Next.js. Okay, so whichever the folders and the structure you maintain it, so that will create routes, as I also explained in the earlier video. Okay, so you see that it will always look for a particular file called page.tsx, okay, or JSX, whichever language you are using. So it will go ahead and render that content onto the screen. All right. So within the root of our application, we have this page.tsx. So this is the base route, that is slash. So it will go ahead and render this contents from this page.tsx as we see on the screen. Okay, so this is localhost 3000 slash. We see the hello world printed onto the screen. Okay, so if I want to create another level of routing, like let's say within this app directory, I create a route called view. Okay, so view, so this is a folder. Okay, and within that folder I need to create another file with the same name called page.tsx. okay, page.tsx or jsx, anything. So if I sketch out a functional component, and we need to make sure that this is capitalized. Okay, so which means that this is a React component, and over there we can just render some content, like let's say hello from view page, like so. And also I need to change the same thing, which I forgot to do in the last video. Okay, so we have implemented a particular route, that is to view. Okay, slash view. Whenever we hit that route, this page.tsx will be rendered onto the screen. Okay, so let's check that out. Okay, so if I manually go to slash view, okay, so you see that the contents from the view page, from the view file, is been shown onto the screen like this. Okay, so right now let us understand the dynamic routing. Okay, so if I have a wildcard, like let's say id, okay, view slash the id. Okay, so this id is not static, so it is dynamic. So I cannot create each and every page.tsx for that. Okay, so this should be dynamic, and we need to have a way to figure that out. Okay, so if I want to go to like view slash the id of the post or anything, so I should be able to grab that id and first we can do whatever we want. We can make a request to the backend and get that information. Okay, so we need to get this particular value. So for that we need to go into the view directory and create another folder, but this time it's a little different. So we need to explicitly mention that this is a wildcard. Okay, so to indicate that this is a wildcard, we need to write inside a square brackets. Okay, so I can just give any name, okay, called id for now. Okay, and inside that again I need to create a page.tsx like this. Okay, so let's create a function right here like this and change this. And in order to get the particular the url param, right, we used to use a library called use params from React Router DOM when we are using React. But when it comes to Next.js, we receive those in the form of props. Okay, so within the props we have an object called params. So inside the params, all of our wildcard titles like id will be defined inside that. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab that. So now let's destructure params from this component. Okay, so params like this, and I need to spell this right, like this. And since we are in TypeScript, we also need to define some types. Okay, so if you hover on this, it says that like you just need to it has a any type. Okay, so which is usually not preferred in TypeScript. Okay, so we need to define the types for it. Okay, so I'm just going to create a type right above this called params, and set this to an object. Okay, so equals like this, and we just need to define what we will be expecting inside this params. Okay, so we will be getting like the params object itself. Okay, and within that we have a property of id, right? So this wildcard that we have defined here, so id, and we need to mention the what will be the type of that id. Okay, so by default you will be getting all the url params in the form of string. So we are going to type string over here like this, and we just need to assign that type over here by using a colon like this. Okay, so I hope that's clear, and here let's print out the particular params that we get from for this id. Okay, so that is params.id. Okay, so let's hit save and go back to our web page. So whatever I type in after the view, okay, so view/month, so that particular thing will be rendered onto the screen. Okay, so whatever I type in, it just need not be a number. So whatever gibberish you type in, that will be printed onto the screen. Okay, so by using this id, okay, we can make a fetch API call to the backend to get the particular view details of that particular post or anything. Okay, so this is how it this dynamic routing works. Okay, I hope you understood till here. So now let's talk about this layout.tsx. Over here I have also spoken about this in the last video. It's like a template for your different routes that you create. So at the top level of the top level, that means the base route. Okay, when you create a layout.tsx, this page.tsx will be passed as children to this layout.tsx. Okay, so that you can create certain things, or you can embed components, so that it will be shown throughout your application, like the header, for example. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that out. Okay, so I'm just going to print header like this right above the children, and just have a look at like, do we see this header in different routes or not. Okay, so once that's done, we can just hit save, and whatever this page.tsx contents is there, so this hello world, right? So since I have passed in header above the children, we will see first the header and then the contents of this page.tsx. Okay, so now if we just go back to our application, you see the header over there. Okay, and then followed by the content. So actually this is in the view page. Okay, so even in the view page that we have, we also see the header over there, right? So if I just go to just view, we also see the header there. Okay, so I guess I just need to change in the file name. It's somewhere here. It's giving me an error for some reason. So I just changed this to a h3 tag because it was just treating this as a in the form of a string. Okay, so which doesn't support within this layout.tsx. So I just got to know this now. So now if I just go back to like /view, so we see the header out there as well, and also the dynamic route that we create after this view. Okay, so the header is seen everywhere. However, when we go to the view page, okay, so there we create another file over there called layout.tsx. So and within this layout, let's create a function over here and call this anything, but make sure this is capitalized, and we need to like pass in the children. Okay, so children will, as I told you, will whatever the contents is there next to this layout.jsx, that will be passed as children to this. Okay, so let's also define the type of this. So this is going to be an object with children. Okay, children, and this is going to be react.react node. So if you don't know what is the type of any any element within your file, so you can just hover on this and you can just read whatever the type of that is. Okay, so so this should be a react.react node. For some reason it's not showing. Okay, anyways, so like this. Okay, so now let's render the children like this, and above this I can just say like header from view page like this. Okay, so let's save this and have a look at there we go, we see the header from view page right here. So this is only consists of within the view page and whatever the routes we create nested after that. Okay, so if I just go to the view page, we see the header from view page as well, and now if I just go back to the home route, we don't see that. Okay, since the route is above that. Okay, so all the routes that we define like previously, okay, so all that will not be shown over here from the layout.tsx. So whatever the routes we create after view, right, view/1/ anything after that, the header only for that will be seen, but not to the routes above that. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So I hope this video was helpful. So I'll see you in the next one, where we'll be starting to build our application, that is use nodes, which is like you can create a node, and by giving it title and certain description, and we can perform all of those CRUD operations that like that we have been doing it, right, just to understand all the different features that we have in Next.js. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.